But the Bee Gees doc is great, and just what I learned from it. It's only the great thing about it. It's one, it's one episode,
Ah,
not
dude, I'm
seven.
gonna watch it then. I can't stand these documentaries that are 6 episodes that could have
Yeah,
been one.
it's one. Bang it out in almost 2 hours.
And it was
Done.
good because like I like the Bee Gees a little bit, but I was
Yeah, I think anybody who really watched it wasn't like you didn't have pictures of fucking the Bee Gees on your wall. It's just interesting. It was just their music, some of their songs. So you just sing them anytime they come on. You're like, yeah, you sing them. You know what I'm saying? There's songs that always will remind you of something. Like, oh yeah, I like that song. I mean, like,
Dancing,
yeah. So but the thing about it is that I learned I was not between the age of 9 and 14 when they were really big. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And the disc and the whole Saturday Night Fever movie came out. They were doing way good before that.
Yeah.
And they were already recording great music. And when they were tapped into to do some songs for Saturday Night Fever, they already had like 3 or 4 of these songs they were going to put on the next album. So they sent them along, and they really loved it. Fit into so that it became almost like the whole album became pretty much their songs. But what happened was something I wasn't aware of, and I mean at the time, unlike nowadays where you're inundated with information about everything. 10-year-olds can find out everything about what's happening with a band, with a musician. You don't know these things,
Right.
When I was a kid, I don't know what the fuck is going
that
on.
was one of the coolest things about being a fan. Like, you knew nothing about these people. Now
Nothing.
everyone gives everything up. It's like...
and it's easy to find everything out. So, like, I didn't know anything about them. But at the time, if you remember, disco sucks, disco's dead, rock, I mean, like, it was all about disco dying. They were the big reason why that happened.
Because of the Saturday Night Fever?
Yeah, because that album kind of like brought disco guys, because disco was very a gay culture and underground.
Okay.
And it kind of the music kind of mainstreamed, and it gave like disco, like anytime you heard disco, like this, oh, it's gay and it's cheesy, fucking goof, like Saturday Night Fever, that's disco. And it kind of lost, I guess, credibility. And that's why, like, disco's dead, fuck disco sucks. And it kind of destroyed it so much that they couldn't even go touring because people were gonna like come and fucking like destroy the place. They were like getting like threats.
Okay, so yeah, see, I didn't know disco was so underground. That's the thing, that what happens when something becomes popular, then everyone fucking starts hating it.
So there was like this I know that I know the name, I can't remember now, but he was like a radio DJ like in like Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
And he made this big, like, this, I think it was Detroit. Maybe it was Fenway. No, it wasn't Fenway. Was it Fenway? No, the Cubs, Chicago. So at the Cubs Stadium, he made a, what do you call it? Like bring your disco albums and we'll have a disco burning party in between a day-night doubleheader. And they fucking just like ransacked the fucking field. They had, I think, canceled the second game. These people destroyed the stadium. Like it was like 15,000 fucking fuck disco fans.
Oh yeah.
So like
pictures of it.
Yeah. Nobody would like their record labels were telling them like, and nobody wanted them to even put music out anymore. They stopped making music.
The Bee Gees did.
Because everything that had Bee Gees on it automatically was disco. Although they were already around, and they started. So then I learned that they wrote songs like I didn't even know that they wrote. They wrote for like Kenny Rogers, and like they wrote all these major hits. Celine Dion songs that if you watch the doc and they show you the songs that the Bee Gees wrote, you're like, fuck, they wrote those? Like you don't even know all the stuff they got involved in, mostly because they couldn't do their own shit because they were getting no radio stations were playing their music because they didn't want to be associated with disco. So it's crazy.
Did people think disco sucked just because it got popular, or like?
I think.
I mean, any disco song that comes on, it's like you want to dance. It's a good time.
because the Bee Gees kind of like Bee Gees were an awesome group already, and they pulled that music from the underground to the mainstream. And when it started to play on the mainstream, like rock heads and those people were like, "Fuck this disco sucks," and then it became like a very gay culture. So there was a lot of
Homophobia.
homophobia, a lot of
Yeah.
homophobia.
That's what happens with a lot of music when, like, like grunge music comes up and it's cool and it's
Right.
underground. Then he's getting all these like shitty bands trying to try to be
Right.
like Nirvana, and then everyone's like, this fucking shit sucks.
So that's the thing with the Bee Gees. They became like this, like the headliner for disco music, but they really were just giving music for a soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah.
weren't in the disco scene. So the disco scene people were like resentful. Like, that's not us. That's not our.
Like
That's, they don't represent-
like, because when I think of disco, I think Bee Gees. Like, you
Right.
say disco scene, guys from the disco scene, I can't even name one. What are the other ones?
Right, exactly. There is none.
Did they talk about him in the documentary? Did he name any that maybe I heard of? Like, Earth, Wind, and Fire? That's not disco, right?
That's more funk, I think, right?
I guess, yeah. I don't know. My mother used
R&B,
to clean the house to it.
R&B, Motown sound.
Okay. I can't. So you don't know any disco bands either? Let me see if I know.
There's Donna Summer.
Top disco bands.
Donna Summer, fucking, the Pointer Sisters. What kind of disco? I'm trying to think of Casey and the Sun Jam Band. Weren't they disco?
Let's see. You got Bee Gees #1, ABBA,
ABBA.
Donna Summer, Casey and the Sunshine. It says Michael Jackson. I guess maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's put out some disco songs.
Because it was dancey then.
Chic,
Yeah.
Kool and the Gang.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go. Bunny M.
Okay.
Never. Village People.
Yep. Oh yeah, Village People.
Yeah. Gloria Gaynor.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Sylvester.
Mm-hmm.
They say Queen. Queen did do some disco stuff. I remember that in the movie. Yeah, but people weren't a fan of it. The Gap Band.
Oh yeah.
Sister Sledge, Diana Ross, the Pointer Sisters.
The Gap, right? The whip it, right? Just whip it, baby.
I'm trying to.
And
Aretha
whip it all
Franklin.
night,
Oh, what? Yeah, I don't think I know that.
right? You don't know Gap? Just whip it, baby. Just whip it, right? Just whip it, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Just whip it all night. Let
Yeah,
it
yeah.
whip.
Whip it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let it whip. Let it whip.
I've heard the Stylistics. I did camera one time from one of their concerts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were old as fuck.
Yeah, well, if you were doing camera, yes, they were.
Prince, Luther Vandross. Okay, so I know some. Oh, Stevie Wonder. I guess he did disco.
Yeah, they all had disco music. I mean, like the underground was playing all that stuff
Yeah, but
because they were underground clubs.
#1 was Bee Gees, though.
Yeah, because Bee Gees brought it into the mainstream.
Yeah, well, they
But
are. Yeah,
But like, if you watch the doc, there's like this gay DJ who DJ'd at not the Copa, I forget where he DJ'd, but it was like all like they have video footage of all that gay, like all the gay. It was just a massive gay scene. You know what I mean?
well, it
And
seemed
he was-
like a gay scene.
And he was the DJ was like, but like anything else, corporate America and fucking record, they get a hold of it and they fuck it up.
Oh yeah, because they just play the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably It's like that's what's interesting about bands like the Bee Gees. Like they just made these songs. They probably didn't
Right.
think they were going to be that big. There's like this.
They were making it for a movie, dude.
Yeah.
They weren't making it like this is our sound. They were just making it for a movie.
There's this documentary series on Netflix. I forget the name of it, but I was watching it one night. They take like different bands and they talk about like their most popular song, and like they like talk to them about how they created it and blah blah blah.
Right.
Like they had REM, like "Losing My Religion" is like the song that like catapulted them.
Right.
They thought that was going to be a throwaway song on the album. It's like their least favorite.
Yeah, it's always that.
And yeah, it's always the one that you never think is going to be.
It's always, and any artist, it's always like, I just think it's an artist mindset that the thing that takes off is the thing that they hate it.
But it's true though if you think about it with comedy too. Some of the best bits I've ever had are ones I didn't think about that hard. It just came to me like boom.
Right,
They
right.
grew into, and that's what you hear these musicians. They're like, oh yeah, we recorded that one like a day. It was like we put
Right,
it
right.
together. And everyone else, they toiled over. They're like, this is not that. This was
Right.
like,
Well, you listen to the what do you call it? If you watch the Bee Gees documentary, they needed I guess like a ballad, and it was I can't think of all the names of the band, but the guy, the lead of Bee Gees, was with this guy playing piano, and they just whipped up a song, and it took like a day, and I can't remember the song, but like when they were talking about it now, the guy was crying because how beautiful it just came out,
yeah,
and how it just came out.
Barry Gibb. That's who you're thinking of.
Yeah, yeah, Barry.
Barry Gibb. Their brother, the brother that wasn't in this band, he had a good song. I remember.
The youngest brother, what's his name?
Yeah, what was his name? Fucking. Let me see if I can find it. Andy Gibb.
Andy Gibb. He died when he was 30 years old of a heart attack.
I just want you to be my everything. That's a good song.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know what's funny? Again, I don't want to ruin the doc, but I mean, fuck it. It's a documentary. It's not like
Spoiler alert.
they 6 months before Andy, they were like they did a concert. And Andy came on stage with them, and it just worked. And they got together like Andy's got to be a part of this band, and he died 6 months later.
Drugs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
30 years old.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I want to watch a documentary though now. I definitely do. Everyone's been telling me. Everyone's like, "Have you seen the Bee Gees documentary?"
It's really good. It's really good.
Well, no one has told me it's not amazing, and I like that I don't know a lot about the Bee Gees, other than
that's kind of what I did. Other than they're singing their songs, I have no idea.
Yeah, like when you see like documentary, like Tiger, like I did know a lot of this, so you're getting through, but it is interesting.